let me know regarding the blog.
I didn't say anything. Acha, acha.
Or the topic is clear.
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Aman Dubey, turn your video on and tell me what you have written. Aman Dubey. As I mentioned, at any given moment of time, we can ask you to turn your videos on and you have to show your work. So, Aman Dubey, have you noted something regarding blog, or you simply, yes, can you read out what you have noted? Yes, Aman, you can unmute and tell me what you have noted down. Did you note down something? Okay, Sneha Amotkar, did you note something regarding blog? Did you note something, Sneha? Sneha Amotkar. Yes. Okay, I have allowed you to speak, so you can definitely speak. Aman as well as Sneha. So Sneha and Aman, can you show me your work if you have noted something? Shekhar Sahu, turn your video on and unmute and tell me what did you write about blog? Did you note down something? Okay, and what about Shekhar Sahu? Shekhar Sahu has left the meeting, it seems, so he would be marked absent. Shekhar Sahu. Okay. Shalaka Patil, turn your video on and show me your work. Shalaka Patil. Okay. So these students would be marked absent, and going ahead with our topic of expansion of idea, I'll just share the screen. And again, before I share, I'll just force mute everyone. Expansion of idea. Now, this is something which state board students are already familiar with. That is, you have been given an idea, okay? It could be a proverb, okay, or any general statement which you have to elaborate, you have to expand. So let's say you have honesty is the best policy, okay, this kind of a proverb, or elaborate the idea, a stitch in time saves nine. These are simple proverbs which you have been doing in your school, right? And even other board students, you might be aware about basic essay writing, right? So this is nothing but basic essay writing. A topic is given and you need to expand and elaborate it, right? So You can choose topics like crops or festivals. Okay, anything like about seasons you can explain. Then proverbs. So basically, with the proverbs, you need to explain them, right? So, what is this expansion of idea all about? It is to elaborate. Elaborate means extend, right? You have to increase and give more information about whatever is the topic of expansion of idea, and you have to explain it in paragraph format. You don't have to write it in points format like in science and social you are expected to write. So, first of all, paragraph is necessarily a series of connected sentences which develops one topic sentence, right? So, paragraph, what is the meaning of paragraph? It definitely is a group of few sentences. It could be 5 to 6 sentences, right? But you cannot have sentences here and there. The sentences should be in a logically correct order, right? So, then topic sentence. Okay, this is like a brief, and it encapsulates the central theme, right? What your main theme is about. So it's written in 3 parts. You have introductory paragraph, then core content, that's the main body, and then the concluding paragraph. So basically, for any expansion of idea, introductory paragraph will be explaining the meaning of that proverb, right? What is the meaning? So let's say you have a very simple proverb, okay, that is honesty is the best policy. You need to explain what do you mean by honesty, what do you mean by policy, right? And then explain it in detail, and then in the second paragraph you can elaborate it more. So topic sentences can never be removed from a paragraph. So introductory paragraph is always associated with topic sentence, that is your main topic. And the symbolism or the idea should be clearly understood, right? And to expand an idea, the focus should be on words and expression of thoughts to put forth. So here, focus should be on words. So when we are checking your paper, students, we are not, checking what kind of information you're providing. That already we are giving you hints. Okay, like passages are given, right? So we are not doing your memory testing either. We are just checking what kind of words you're using and how you're using in a grammatically correct sentence. So that any language teacher will do, whether it's English, Hindi, or Marathi, right? So which kind of words and how you're using it in grammatically correct sentence. That's the idea of language testing. And it's again not just to be studied from the examination point of view, which I most of the time tell you all. Language has to be used in your daily life. And the moment you start using effective words, you can see the difference in your relationship, right? In case if you continue to use casual relationships, right, using casual words, then obviously, you can't benefit from the relationship that you are in. It could be friends or family members or anybody for that matter. The moment you start using nice effective words, okay, in your language, and it will become natural. It should not look artificially that you introduce something, right? So, and with practice, what will happen is it will automatically come to your mind to use those effective words, making your communication effective and as well as bonding effective, right? So that's the main purpose of learning a language. And this was about the first paragraph. To expand an idea, the focus should be on words and expression of thoughts to put forth the hidden or deeper thought behind the given idea. So many of the times in English, you don't have a direct meaning, right? So what happens is direct meanings are not given, right, or conveyed. Sometimes, what happens, subtle meanings are given. Subtle meanings is indirect meaning. What is the real word? Now, let's see the proverb, a stitch in time saves nine. So, just if you see the outward meaning, it looks like something is related to stitching, but it's not just simply about stitching, right? The hidden meaning of this is that you need to plan things in advance, right? If let's say if you're traveling somewhere, you need to plan everything in advance, okay? And then it will save your time, and not just time, it will save your effort. So that's the hidden meaning or the subtle meaning. So that's what you need to explain. And core content. While elaborating various aspects of the idea, remember that the following points need to be taken into consideration. So, like explore perspectives, okay, and perspectives in the sense like which are the various options available, on what point of view you are writing it, Then give instances. So if required, you can definitely give instances from your real life and anecdotes. Okay, so relating, in the chronological order of your, life, what kind of incidents, you have faced and experiences or even personal experiences. So that's completely your choice. In second paragraph, how you are explaining the proverb, but don't, deviate. Many students, what happen is, if they feel like giving instances, they start with that, proverb, but then while explaining, they deviate somewhere else. So the meaning is not coming out, right? So that you need to understand. If you're giving experience, it should be relevant. Then there should be unity and clarity of thought. So obviously, when you're writing, you are putting your thoughts on paper, right? So your thoughts need to be in the proper order. So what happens is, what is the other advantage of writing? Okay, your thoughts, flow in the right order. Now, if you observe your thoughts, they will be haphazardly, coming and going. You may sometimes think about your mobile where the battery is on, of your laptop. Okay, if this connection needs to be fixed, and then you're also thinking about your lecture. So there are so many thoughts coming to your mind at the same time, right? But when you start writing, you need to filter, as I explained earlier, right? And then the flow should be, visible, and only then it will fetch you good marks, okay, from the examination point of view. And in your general life, okay, if you filter your thoughts and then you express it to the other people, it will, help you, build better relations. Okay, so that was about core content and maintain coherence. Coherence is already, it's just like logical order, right? Sentences should be coming in the right flow, in the right chronological order. And for this discourse markers, okay, now discourse markers, okay, is another topic, but I'll just explain you. These are connecting words, like how conjunctions are joining words. Discourse markers are like connecting words. So, for instance, one paragraph you have ended, okay, and now you're beginning the second paragraph. So, you have to show the link that second paragraph is related to the first paragraph. So, you will start with the word moreover. So moreover, okay, in addition to this, so moreover is actually what? Okay, it's like in addition to. So you're explaining something more related to the second paragraph. This is one example of a discourse marker. So the short discourse markers are nothing but connecting words. So you can use conjunctive phrases and all. Proportion of space, more important ideas, more space, less important ideas, less space. So you need to understand, if some important ideas to be given, you can express it in 2 to 3 sentences, and if some less important idea is there, you complete it in one sentence, right? So that much, understanding we should be having while we are writing any writing skill for that matter. So then proportion of emphasis is an important aspect. So what is the important aspect? Okay. Let's say we talk about honesty is the best policy. You are emphasizing on honesty. So your emphasis should be on only honesty, right? So avoid too many ideas. Okay. Stick to few ideas and it should be clearly explained. Remember that it's the most creative part to demonstrate your language skills. As I earlier mentioned, when we are checking your language, we are checking how you are expressing yourself, right? What kind of grammatically correct sentences you're using. And in this expansion of idea, though the topics may be very old, which you have studied in your school, so you'll say, what's the big deal? I can write so many things about stitch in time, saves nine. But then, because now you're in grade 11, we will see which kind of words you're using to express yourself. Okay, what kind of creative ideas you're putting in, right? So conclusion, at the end, we need to sum up suitably with strong and relevant points. So basically, your concluding paragraph should be a summary of what you have written, and use of proverbs in the appropriate at the end with a similar meaning sentence given the topic sentence. So the given no one is tit for tat. You may sum up using another similar one, reap as you sow. So at the end, if you give a similar proverb, okay, with what you have started, that creates an impact. And that also tells that, you have understood this topic in full length, right? So this is a very simple thing about expansion of idea. And the key points. Okay, let's talk about this topic is given actually love thy neighbors as thyself. Thy is yours. Okay, so you should love your neighbor as yourself, right? And the key point is we should love others. Basically, this is the main message, okay, that this idea is carrying. So the way we love ourselves, the way we respect ourselves, in the same way we should be loving and respecting other people. That's the main meaning. What is the literal meaning? The literal meaning is, okay, obviously, your neighbors may not be, the same kind of person or people that you are. They may have their own cultures, right? They may have their own eating habits and sleeping habits. So you need to, overlook their faults. Okay, you don't have to, think much about it, and just take the positive aspects and respect them. And an explanation of the different aspects of the topic sentence. So we should love human beings in general. So the idea is not just sticking to the neighbors. Okay, the idea is speaking to everyone. So let's take a bigger or a magnified version of this. So when you talk about countries, we should be loving the other countries around us, right? That's what the main message is. So basically, loving every human being. So this is how you magnify a simple, proverb like love thy neighbor. So neighbor is not simply your adjacent neighbor. It could be your colleague in the office. It could be your classmate in the class. And when you talk about countries, or adjacent countries. So love creates bonding and loving. And this is general, explanation about love, because if you have love, then there's peace, there is harmony, and there is bonding. And definitely, if there is love, you will be protecting them from harm, right? Then, concluding paragraph, everyone practice love your neighbor, the world would operate with a far greater degree. Now, obviously, in case of the countries around the world, understand that we all are neighbors, okay? And we need to love each other, then there will be no need, of spending money on arms and ammunitions like what world is doing now. Okay, so that's the general idea. This is how you expand, this is how you magnify your concept, right? And this is possible only when you do a lot of reading, students. So that's why in English we tell everyone that you should be doing a lot of reading. And this is another sample given for you. Travel broadens the mind. You can just go through it. And I'll be also giving a sample in the sample file. You have, this is a template mentioned. Template in the sense, this is the idea how you should be having your expansion of idea. Many people forget to write the title, so don't forget it carries marks. So title should be there, then 3 paragraphs, right? You can have more paragraphs also, that's fine. But remember, first paragraph should be introductory and the final should be concluding or summary paragraph, right? So this is about expansion of idea, and you have so many examples here. A bad workman blames his tools. Okay, one should eat to live, not live to eat. So many are there. So I want you to write this and submit to me. Okay, by next week so that I can get it corrected. So I'll also come to know, okay, what's your style of writing. And these are other examples. That's it. So now time is up and the session would end. In case if you have to speak anything, you can speak. I'll just allow. Okay, anyone? Okay. So we'll just stop for the day. Thank you, students.